The lights of Las Vegas burned hot over the ring, but inside that squared circle the air felt even hotter. The rematch was more than just another heavyweight fight, it was unfinished business. Months earlier, controversy had wrapped itself around their first war like smoke that refused to clear. Now, under the roar of thousands, two giants stood once again eye to eye. On one side, the explosive former undisputed champion, Iron Mike Tyson, compact, coiled, and radiating menace. On the other, the towering Canadian powerhouse, Donovan Ruddock, long-armed, dangerous, and carrying the kind of punching power that could erase any man's lights. When the referee's final instructions ended and the bell rang for round one, the tension snapped like a tightened wire. Tyson wasted no time. He bobbed low, slipped inside, and detonated a vicious left uppercut that ripped through Ruddock's guard. Ruddock tried to answer with jabs, but Tyson was already burrowing to the body, hammering ribs with brutal hooks. The crowd roared as leather met flesh in thunderous bursts. Ruddock stood tall, too tall, absorbing punishment, and Tyson sensed opportunity. A heavy right hand crashed against Razor's jaw, snapping his head back. The message was clear: this would not be a cautious chess match. This was going to be violence. Round two arrived with urgency. Tyson's corner had seen something: vulnerability, and Tyson hunted it. He stalked forward with that familiar peekaboo rhythm, shoulders twitching, gloves high, eyes locked on target. Ruddock tried to steady himself with the jab, but Tyson slipped and countered with a crushing overhand right that sent Razor tumbling to the canvas. The arena erupted. Ruddock beat the count, but the firestorm wasn't over. Tyson pounced again, ripping hooks to the body and head in savage combinations. Another overhand right dropped Ruddock a second time. The Canadian rose once more, defiant, proving his heart was as massive as his frame. Yet Tyson's aggression bordered on feral. Every punch carried intention. Every exchange felt like a collision between freight trains. Still, Ruddock began to answer back. A booming uppercut split Tyson's guard and drew gasps from the crowd. For the first time, Tyson tasted real resistance. The fight was shifting from one-sided assault to all-out war. By the middle rounds, the pace was punishing. Tyson's early fury had taken energy, and Ruddock, breathing heavy but standing firm, started firing back with the kind of shots that could change history. His left uppercut, the smash, exploded upward, jolting Tyson's head and sending sweat flying into the lights. The crowd could hardly believe it. Tyson, known for overwhelming opponents early, was being forced to dig deeper than usual. He responded with compact hooks inside, banging the body with frightening precision. The exchanges became brutal and personal. After the bell, they continued swinging, neither willing to surrender an inch. The referee's warnings about low blows added another layer of chaos. Points were deducted, tempers flared, yet neither man backed down. Ruddock's face began to swell under Tyson's relentless right hands, but Tyson too was absorbing punishment few had ever delivered to him. This wasn't just skill anymore, it was will. Entering the championship rounds, fatigue draped over both warriors like heavy armor. Sweat poured, mouthpieces flew. Each breath sounded labored, yet neither man surrendered to exhaustion. Ruddock landed sharp uppercuts that made the crowd gasp, while Tyson answered with snapping counters that reminded everyone why he once ruled the division. The momentum swung wildly. One moment Razor appeared to be seizing control, the next Tyson would explode with a violent combination that shifted everything back in his favor. The referee's cautions for low blows grew more frequent, and another point deduction complicated the scorecards, but the heart on display eclipsed the controversy. Tyson, battered yet unbowed, marched forward like a machine built for combat. Ruddock, face marked and body aching, refused to crumble. This was heavyweight boxing at its most raw, pride, punishment, and persistence colliding under unforgiving lights. When the 12th and final round arrived, the arena buzzed with disbelief. They had gone the distance, something few expected after the early knockdowns. Tyson fought like a man unwilling to trust the judges, swinging with desperate authority. Ruddock, knowing he needed something dramatic, let his hands go in bold exchanges. They traded thunder until the final bell sliced through the chaos. Gloves dropped, chests heaved. The war was over. As they waited for the verdict, both men stood scarred but proud, having delivered a rematch even more punishing than the first. Then came the announcement, a unanimous decision. All three judges scored it for mighty Mike Tyson. The crowd roared once more as Tyson's hand was raised, reclaiming dominance through grit and resilience. But beyond the scorecards, this fight etched itself into heavyweight lore. Two giants had stood their ground for 12 brutal rounds, and boxing was richer for it.